Masters. Well, I just would like to share a story with you. Many years ago, yes, many years ago, I worked for a reseller that sold software products. And then I found out that there was an opening at the company that developed the software. And I wanted to apply for that job. Now, I knew them very well, and the interview was just really a formality. But I wanted to be also transparent to my current employers because they had a working relationship. So I went to my current employers and I let them know that I was interested in this position. And they said, "You traitor, you turncoat." But they were teasing me. We worked for many years together and they said, "Go for it." So as it turned out, we decided that I would have the interview in Las Vegas because this company had a booth at the largest show at the time, Comdex. Who remembers that? That's what I said many years ago. So because I was the unintended attendee, because going to Comdex, companies would book hotel rooms a year in advance just to make sure they had hotel rooms for their staff. So the company tried their best to get me a hotel, and they get me a hotel called El Rancho. Has anybody heard of that hotel in Las Vegas? But I thought, how long do you stay in a hotel room anywhere? And since I'm going to be in Vegas, flying in on Friday, I'll stay an extra day Saturday because I knew all those people at the company. So I decide to pack my bag, and on my way to the hotel I go. And as I check into the lobby, I'm noticing there hasn't been a lot of interior design going on here lately. But as I said, I didn't care. I go up to the room, and I'm also noticing the carpeting that had some nice cigarette holes. Very nice touch. So I'll give you a tip, though. As I'm unpacking my bag, I always carry a garment bag, and each item of clothing I pack on its own individual hanger with its own separate plastic bag, because once I open the bag, I just can automatically hang all the clothes and nothing is wrinkled. So my suit looks very pristine. And yes, these days you can be very casual at a trade show, but not back then. You gotta have the suit, the blouse, and the high heel shoes. So I hang up my clothes, I get dressed up in my suit, I think I'm looking pretty sharp, and I get to the booth for my interview. Just at the same time I'm at the booth, I see my current employers there. Now they knew I was going to interview, but somehow it felt awkward, so I got a brochure and I'm kind of hiding myself. But they saw me. And again, they're saying traitor. But we all decided that we'd go to dinner. My current employers with my future employers. Because again, we all knew each other. So we go to dinner and then we decide to go gambling. Now, I know how to play Texas Hold'em, and I know how to play blackjack, but craps, I still can't figure out how to play craps. But that's what they wanted to play. So we're at the craps table. I have my former employers here, my future employers here, and they'd say, $20 on 10. I'd throw $20 on 10. $5 on 14. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was winning a lot of money. It kind of worked out for me. Now, the next night, we decided, well, we're not going to stay at El Rancho. There's absolutely nothing going on nightlife there. We'll go to Caesar's Palace and maybe an after-hours club. So I dressed up in my best evening attire to go crazy. And we had a great time. And I got home kind of late. I won't say how long, sometime in the morning. I just went to bed. So it's now Sunday morning. And it's about 10 o'clock, and I'm opening my eyes. I'm going to have to check out by noontime. And I'm looking in the closet. And I see the hangers, and I see the plastic bags, but my suit is gone. My silk blouse is gone. All the expensive clothes were gone, and my junky clothes were there. I'm like, what? Maybe I'm not up yet. I don't know. But the clothes weren't in the room. So I call security. They send up this 90-year-old guy that I proceed to tell for 15 minutes. I tell him the whole story, and then he said, "I'm sorry, I can't help you. You'll just have to talk to the manager." Okay, great service. I'm recommending this place. You can start thinking in your head, I'm starting to change the name from El Rancho to El Rancho, but okay. I go to checkout and I talk to the manager and I explain to him, listen, so I tell him the story. He said, how do I know you even had that clothing when you checked in? I'm like, okay, excuse me. I understand. Shame on me if I leave jewelry and money on the bureau and housekeeping comes in and maybe they're too tempted and they take it. But do you really expect me to take pictures of my outfits before I check in for proof? Or do you really expect when I leave the room that I have to take all my clothes and shove it in your safe deposit box? The manager didn't care. Okay, I get in the cab to go to the airport. I tell the story to the cab driver. He said, you must tell the police immediately. This affects our tourism in Las Vegas. There's a police station in the Las Vegas airport. I said, okay, I'll do it. I talked to Sergeant Mayberry at the airport police. He got very upset. He called the hotel. They didn't know who was working, nothing. So I said, okay. I told the company and they said, listen, do the best you can, and if you don't get anywhere with the hotel, we'll reimburse you, and they did. But as I was on the plane, I just thought to myself, I am the only one who can really say, I literally lost my shirt off my back in Las Vegas. Thank you very much.